Ah. First chapter?
Yes.
One would think it was contraband.
Well, maybe it is.
Why don't you let me be the judge of that? Thank you.
You're not going to read that right here, right now.
No, Felicia, I'm very impressed that you would tackle something like this. Of course I'm going to read it now.
You said you had a prospective author.
Yes, and he's a very well-respected doctor who probably got hung up at the hospital, which gives me lots of time to peruse your pages.
No, I think you should take it home, read it tonight with a cocktail.
I never, ever mix business with pleasure.
Okay. Be my guest.
Thank you. Is there a problem?
How do you think it is so far?
Felicia, I can't critique a work on the basis of 2 sentences.
Well, I don't think it has to be a critique.
Well, you want my honest opinion, don't you?
Yes, of course, but I don't think you have to be brutal about it.
Oh, is it that bad?
No, of course it's not bad.
Well, then I won't have to be brutal, will I?
I really do hate this.
Are you putting words in my mouth?
No, of course not. It's just that I can't sit here and watch you work. That's all.
Well, then, Felicia, I suggest that you preoccupy yourself and let me read this thing in peace.
Right. Can I bring you anything? Coffee, breadsticks, melon, something?
Felicia?
Yes. I'll just leave you alone. Fine. Lorenzo, it's Felicia. Yeah. Well, who's going to tend bar then tonight? Lorenzo. Yes, of course, I know how to make a Bloody Mary mix. I know that your specialty is the horseradish. No, honey, I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad at the whole world, all right? Yeah. You owe me one for this. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. What else can go wrong tonight?
Don't even think about it, honey.
You know, I was just about to call you.
Well, I'll take credit for saving your life if you loan me your industrial strength coffee maker for our AA meeting tonight.
Honey, you keep me on the wagon, and I'll give you espresso beans.
Yeah, well,
for
you
a
just
year.
think step 1 and stop tempting fate by tending bar.
Tending bar is not my problem. My editor is the one that's driving me crazy. Does it take somebody to read one chapter? I mean, this isn't the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Where is this Kramer guy? Point him out to me.
Over there, guy in the suit in the banquette reading.
Are you referring to that fine-looking brother with the $900 suit?
Marshal Lincoln Kramer III.
With those chiseled cheekbones and that massive chest. Ooh, girl.
Down, girl.
He's even got gorgeous hands. Oh, beautiful fingers. And no ring.
You want to know if he's married?
Let's be positive. Is he single?
I think he might be divorced.
Ooh, I could deal. Is he dating anybody?
How would I know that? We're not exactly on intimate terms.
Felicia,
What?
sweetheart, please introduce me to
Judy,
him.
No, I am not introducing you.
Why? You don't think I measure up to his standards?
I don't think he measures up to yours. I wouldn't introduce that windbag to you or anybody, not even my worst enemy. Ugh. How's it going?
I like to read very carefully before I render an opinion.
So you can criticize every comma?
Is that a Bloody Mary?
No, actually, it's a little pick-me-up for Count Dracula.
Did you make the mix yourself, or did you go right for the jugular?
No, it's a homemade mix. I did the honors. Very spicy.
Yeah, well, I'll have some then.
Really? What about your rule? Or maybe you need a good belt in order to finish my chapter?
Felicia, I asked for the mix without the vodka. And very spicy, please.
Oh, does that mean you'd like to have your tongue on fire?
My philosophy is the hotter the better.
I'll remember that.
Is this the head honcho at Corey Books that Felicia's been raving about?
Now, Felicia, did she say raving?
As in raving lunatic.
You going to introduce us, Miss
No,
Manners?
I'm not. I have to get the Count his drink. I'm sure you can deal, Judy.
I'm Judy Burrell, Felicia's ex-friend.
Marshal Kramer.
She's not always so blunt.
Well, that's okay. I'm kind of a blunt guy myself.
Well, I hear that can be an asset.
Yeah, well, criticism is my business. I find that it pays to shoot from the hip.
Really? Well, I'm the same way. It's kind of tough on Felicia, though. I mean, when we first met, my gloves-off way of handling things was a little rough on her. She couldn't handle it at first.
Well, I suspect that I've taken over your role as primary irritant.
Some people have all the luck. Well, I guess I better let you get back to your work. It's a pleasure meeting you, Marshal.
Yes, Judy. Pleasure was all mine.
Dr. Powers, hello, I'm Felicia Gallant. I believe you spoke to one of my producers, Paulina
course.
Corey, about coming on my talk show.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh,
My
good.
first break in showbiz.
I understand you're doing a book for Corey.
Well, I hope so. Listen, I'd love a pep talk from a pro, but I'm already late for my appointment with Mr. Kramer.
Listen, after Marshall leaves, why don't you stick around and I'll give you some pointers on how to handle any major aggravations. Meanwhile, chin up. Come on.
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, no problem. They gave me a chance to look at the first chapter of Miss Gallant's new novel.
And?
And I think maybe you should call my secretary and set up an appointment. We'll have a talk about it.
No. Excuse me. You can't just sit here turning my pages. Me tormented over here watching your face and your eyebrows going up and down. No, you're going to tell me right now what you read and what you thought of it. Sorry.
Well, if the good doctor doesn't mind,
Not at all. I'm fascinated to see the creative process at work.
Well, actually, it's the critical process that Mr. Kramer is really good at. Okay, what did you think?
well, all right. The concept is workable, but I find your approach a bit derivative.
Derivative?
Yes.
Oh, how interesting. What did you think of the main character?
Her voice is self-indulgent, teetering on self-pity.
That's how you see her?
Yes, but your writing isn't as trite as your last effort.
Oh, well, isn't that a relief? What would we do without our editors, right?
Felicia, please don't get me wrong here. There is promise here, but I just don't feel the effort connects.
In your mind, you mean?
Unfortunately, in my gut also.
Oh, how interesting, since it's my guts I'm spelling.
Felicia, I could go over it line by line, but I think the best thing you could do at this point is to start over from scratch. Perhaps start with an anecdote, and by all means, stay away from anything resembling a pulpit. And remember, show. Don't tell.
Anything else?
No? That's about it. Unless you wouldn't mind bringing me some hot sauce for this Bloody Mary mix. It, too, needs a kick.
I'd be delighted.
Good, now we can get started. I faxed you that information the other day, I think, and what I found disturbing to me was that the length of the contract.
Well, that should be hot enough. Well, how's that for a kick?